So, root chakra problems. What do we mean by that? Well, we might mean that there are certain physical issues that we sense may have a root chakra problem, imbalance to them. So things like bowel problems or urinary problems, or problems in the hips and the lower back, often tied to pelvic chakra, to root chakra problems, digestive problems, sometimes solar plexus, sometimes sacral chakra, but we're looking at this sort of lower areas. And the emotional, what are you learning when you in your early years? We think that probably this energy develops most when you're sort of up to age 7. So you're going to be learning potty training. So hence we're going to see that digestive and particularly bowel problems and urinary problems. But you're learning your early parts of independence, aren't you? You do that early separation from I have to be around mum to I can do something without mum. Actually, mum, you're really annoying now. Which is what we're at the moment. So we've got that sort of transition away, and if that was very, very difficult, then the chances are that energy there is a little strange. So independence, but fundamentally survival. You're learning what it takes to exist in those early years, aren't you? And how you cross the road carefully, how you don't approach scary dogs, how you don't pick up dodgy mushrooms. All of those things are part of it. And so this idea of feeling safe about making your own decisions is very much root chakra medicine. But also boundaries. We learn new boundaries when we're at that age. And incidentally, all of this is in this book, which is available on Amazon, and it's the Essentials for the Mind, Body, Spirit, because obviously we're not looking particularly at physical medicine here. We're taking the outer layer of the onion off and seeing what's underneath. So I put here, the root chakra is all about boundaries we put up. It could be personal space boundaries, which make it difficult to bond. So if we see that happening in personal relationships, or, we could see it in kids at school still. Don't forget, just because these aren't necessarily related to just when you're an adult. It can be happening when you're a kid. Or it could be moral and ethical boundary dilemmas too. And I can remember sitting and trying to work out how to write this. So the best example I can think of here is a girlfriend realising her partner is dealing drugs. She stays with him because she can't afford to leave. And if, regardless of her disgust in the chain of despair he causes, she remains, this would be a root chakra issue, I think. Extreme, but it demonstrates a point. So she's not really sure where her boundaries are. They're not strong enough, are they? And they're dictating her life. And money is a real root chakra issue, because it's about survival. She can't leave him because she needs the money. She can't exist. She can't make ends meet. She can't survive, and yet she's really not happy about what that means to her in her place in the universe. So that's very much root chakra energy. Excuse the cold. I mean, sometimes you'll see it with it's about control as well. But you'll also see it with things like eating disorders, where they're exerting control. They can't necessarily make control work up here, so they exert it on themselves. And I suppose, I'm not a psychologist, I'm certainly not a psychiatrist, but imagine the child who exerts control by refusing to eat properly, by throwing tantrums so they always get out of doing what they're supposed to do. that's a personality thing that it develops through life. It's a lesson they learnt and they carry on through life doing that. Root chakra. But also, it is about relationships with your parents, and in particular how you felt about how they taught you to survive. If you feel that you were neglected, or that you didn't have the emotional love that you were entitled to, that you deserved as a child, then, and you felt that as a child, that you thought everybody else has got a different relationship with their parents, or then the chances are that anger will not the root chakra closed. And yeah, so especially if you feel that you were denied something as a child, you were denied the love, you were denied material things. I mean, maybe you were denied food or warmth. I really hope not. But if you felt that you were, then you might find that you keep having these recurrent physical things in the digestive system, that there's always back pain, that suddenly physicality is not doing what it should do in sex. There's the energy. It's stuck. It's completely stuck. And so very, very interesting. So what I'll do is I'll list down below the video some essential oils for the root chakra, and these are really useful for adding into your blends to just kind of nudge that energy flow, to just see if we can get it pulsating again and the messages running through properly. And so it's a really nice, interesting part of how you blend essential oils. You might look and you might say, right, okay, well, there's about 10 different oils for constipation. I don't know which one to pick. Well, if you think, well, God, but actually I really can see the emotional message that might be going on about how I feel about how I was treated as a child, and then it helps you to choose, okay, well, that one does both, and that might help you to choose some different oils. So yeah, in a minute I will do essential oils for the root chakra.